FNCS Grand Finals, най-интересният турнир в краят на сезона. Какво представлява той? 33 тима, които се надяват да се класират за LAN евент, където първо място може да вземе $150 000 на всеки човек. А в днешното видео ще ви покажа как гледам 6-те игри от Европа ден 1, а днес е ден 2 от 5 часа. Също така правя мини турнир, който ще е в кредитите на моята 1-1 мап и всеки, който ме бие, получава $3, като максимума е 10 човека, демек $30 ще раздам, ако 10 човека случайно ме бият. Ако искате повече информация, влезте в Дискорда ми, има линк в описанието, както и в коментарите. Ако искате по-ефтини V-Bucks или някакви други неща, може да влезете в тега сайта, където продават V-Bucks, акаунти, крю пакове и ако случайно искате V-Bucks, кликате на 800, отвори количка и след това може да валите моят код Ивчо за 5% отстъпка. А сега нека направо се мятаме в игра номер 1 и ще ви покажа само ендгеймовете, защото това е най-интересната част. Let's see who is winning this. This specific major finals actually is. Reason са на много добра позиция. Бах ти помпата, брат. Как го дръпна. Jumping into the other box for the body loot. Good heads up play. And Sato, Karma, Spike. Яба, те са 10 кила, какво правят, бе? Karma, Spike, Sato. Аз тия дни ги за първ път ги чувам, брат. Освен този Sato. Те с момчетата ще печелят точно от първата игра FNCS, какво? Карма не знам, брат, карма. Неща карма. Карма е Френч Про. Не го учат на него, брат. It's not just great minds think alike, it's are you set up enough to do what the ideal situation might permit. It's all about having, like you said, enough materials, enough loot to kind of commit to certain plays depending on the zone. And when you get those refreshes, it really just put you in a position where you're able to capitalize on that. But being 10 below, Vico Veno Flixi now going to choose to just try and find any connection possible. Having already rotated front side, they can look back at these trios. Take a few shots, but pressure could come through. Just trying to be careful, and it's sure it's about getting search online. Pause on that. Oh, reason has definitely struck here for Savage. Те даже бяха на high round, как не са успели да го ротейтнат. Leaving them as a duo now to try and contest all these other healthy trios, but healthy. But not everybody is in Ivcho, Cammy, and Hotty's position here to не са камечари и сети вече. Just looking like they started their setup and they're just keeping the flow rolling. I drop with the emerald. Shut down there from Ivcho. You give him the mythic DMR, those are the kinds of plays you want to see happen. Taking down one of the top competitors. Who would have thought if we look back in Major 2 that Cammy, Ivcho, and Chari would be on height game 1 of the Major 3 finals from a newly formed trio to qualifying through the last chance qualifier and now prime position, first moving zone in game 1 here. Flexi Veno on the other hand have already lost their teammate. It's another just big blow to some of our top favorite teams, but Flexi looking to take whatever advantages he can, just trying to get some pot shots into players skirting by, looking for those open-ended rotations. They can at least play off these dash charges. Come still just high ground. Low. I drop Cammy. Just continue to warp out. They have total control of the high ground for right now, and I just keep thinking back, Takata, to what height might look like if Queasy was still in this lobby. But his team is in there. Flixi, they're trying to make something happen. They know that Tayson's under a lot of duress here. They're trying to add to it, but you've also got to keep track of what's taking place on your back tarp. And Benno, trying to see if he can maybe play free at it. He's just looking to take advantage of spraying, pressuring teams, because he needs to surge more than anything, and they just keep barely pushing themselves over the cusp.
Добре, вино играят хил.
But will it be enough? They're gonna have to use the Medmis now and just play through backside.
Armor down. It's Benno and Flixi as a duo. You can see Sato's trio had 10 eliminations and they were still below Surge in the 10th zone. It didn't matter, they had double digits. Benno Flixi somehow still holding on. Good amount of mats left, but
никой не гледа хай, или поне не видяхме някой да го гледа. Се го държат. Savage като соло. Медмис има. Има и два даша. Продължава да плува напред. Някой го нацели, бе, брат. Това е Сейто, даже го нацели. Нищо 65 точки. Не е за пак за тях. 11 кила игра. Ками все още го държат. Тайсънката, братле. Вино още държат. Топ 8. Си би играят тримата на Медмис зона. Tumbling over each other. Scooby, Teeny, Trulex trying to see if they can get away from being smothered. But Hottie, Ivcho, Cammy, they've got a firm grasp on Hottie. Вино, братле, даже second place ще сигурно ще паднат коста. Почва от хила. Леле.
But it might not be enough. Panzer, Seti, they're the only ones left to try and get the job done here, but they're tumbling back.
Омага 150 чук. Ками на хайграунда. Чаре е под него. Уинат го това Ками. Вино умира топ 5. Броени секунди преди топ 4.
Has left both of his teammates to run down below and start fragging out. Neither one of them has been eliminated.
Видя метките.
All they need to do is pick up a couple more.
4 метките за Axforce обаче.
Is going to misform a way to start the heal off. He has multiple medkits. Ivcho now on the hunt. Where did you go? I'm listening, Nathan. Final player in the zone gets knocked down and the heal off begins.
И тримата са живи, брат, от Триот. Ками колко кила има? Ками го има май. Да. Дейм. 13 кила за тях. Те са къслезнаха от хай, братле, направиха пахти киловете. Те бяха и на Last Chance финалите, да. Плавнаха от Last Chance.
Gave them a spot in the major finals, and despite being contested, Cammy, Hari, and Ivcho were able to secure a 14 elimination victory.
Така е, get high, don't die, брат. Вземеш high, просто не трябва да умреш.
What a way to kick off this tournament.
It's also just the factor that we saw Seti, Ivcho, and Panzer in the mix there, Takata. Who would have thought?
Еми Никола, то вече другия сезон може. Даже може и да не може.
The success that Cammy's trio had in game one, so much of it needs to be credited towards Ivcho. He was just getting so fraggy in these lower layers, finding every single
Ками, айдроп.
everything that he could possibly.
Чари има 1 волт, той е Орлинчо, братле.
Would have the best odds at success for the heal off. Fortunately, can no longer join Vico and Flixi on this endeavor. It's going to be down to the rest of his team to try and make something happen here. But the Surge Ticks are just destroying their HP. Flixi cannot afford another one. And just like that, barely elevating themselves above the Surge damage threshold.
they found a moment of relief.
Добре, че го
But it's
микснахме
all
това фикс.
so temporary and short-lived here, Takada, because they still have to press forward. They still got to find a way to recuperate their HP. And for Flixie, that's just not going to be in the conversation any longer. He's been fully knocked. Whether or not the team's going to be able to key into his box is another conversation entirely. Ivcho doing what he can to try and hold, but he knows he has to forfeit it. Skvi, True likes Teeny, just entirely too healthy to deal with. Ivcho is trying to see if he can get a good tag in on the side here, and True Legs will unfortunately lose a good chunk of his AP for that, but Ivcho is still a solo. He has a good amount of builds up, Takada. He could look to just
Първа
go to the
така ми.
backside and maybe catch an unsuspecting straggler.
Back-to-back games where Ivcho and Flixie have had trouble with Surge. They're so used to fighting for Surge, but with a majority of the other teams just capitalizing on that Surge meta, it makes it that much more difficult for them, even if they get enough damage early on. It's just not enough in the end, as Vico's forced to do anything he can to get a little bit more points for his trio. They clutched it up as a duo in the last match despite the difficulties. And you were talking about it, Taco. What if Queasy and its trio were up in game 1? Well, now you can see it here in game 2. Mustache, Queasy up in the clouds looking to close out tight.
It's definitely a more traditional stance here, but also for teammates at the same time, they've been trying to set themselves up for their own position of success. Starts with big frag on barriers. It takes him, but it's easy. Mustache.
Арото бъгна. Таптаро. Еми не мога да фиксна, той ще се фиксне само маргинална остатка.
Head on a swivel behavior, and Swizzy Mustache, they're looking to be the cutoff range for these teams trying to work through secondary height. I drop body. They don't have Cammy any longer, so trying to overtake height might be out of the intentions here, but they can still look to play through that secondary height, still look to play off of the side of the mountain face and not get caught in all of this traffic. And Ivcho still barely, he is hurt, but he is making it work.
Easy на high ground.
9 seconds left till Zone starts picking. Beacon goes down though as I drop Pari, forced to play out as a duo, get as many points as possible. When Zones have the danger of pulling once again up a mountain, you have to be prepared for the worst, and the worst is exactly what happened as Zone pulls even further up. All these players down below forced to use every last material they have to make it up to the zone. Some going around, but for Swizzy, Mustache, and Queasy, it's a blessing.
Камен умира топ 13.
The number 1 trio goes down. Queasy, Mustache, Swizzy looking to close the gap on the leaderboard, but you gotta be careful. That second place trio, it's Seti, it's Yapko, it's Panzer. They're still up, and they're looking strong.
And they're looking to try and just keep clearing out teams that are forced to drop into their lair, essentially. But Pixie, Marias, Vanya, they're also looking to try and see if they can maybe overtake the front side of zone. They know that there are so many teams on each side of them, but Nathan, Ferdoxy, just running directly into the crossfire here. It's so hard when you're trying to scramble your way up this mountain face, so teams that are able to cement themselves early on just have the slightest advantage. But
Holy fuck.
and Teeny, with the IGL shot call of a lifetime, they're just gonna run directly through the tunnel. They're saving so much material here. They're getting a chance to reform. Queasy, Mustache, Swizzy, that might be the final that they'll have to deal with later on here. But right now, it's all down to Panzer. Scratch that. Yapko, Seti, they're the ones who are gonna have to come up big here for their team. And now Yapko, solo clutch position. How many more placements can he truly attain here? And he's just hoping to stay out of sight, out of mind. But it's not going to be enough, because you can never escape where Swizzy, Queasy, and Mustache are at. Just looking down, relentless towards the low ground teams.
They got the best zones possible. If any trio's going to capitalize on it, it's them. And now they know their opponents are low on mats. They're bound to be low on HP. If there's any time you want to get fraggy with it, it's right now, as Swizzy's decided to drop low. Mustache shortly behind him, looking to see if they can pick up these last few eliminations. Just 3 trios are still up, but Mustache, big bump coming through, works, goes down to fall damage. Queasy forced to drop and support his teammate Akira, trying to escape with the potential heal off his has made it back into the zone, but he quickly picks up Akira. 2 trios left, and now seems to be a 2 versus 1. Swizzy looking to close this game out. He connects the initial shots. He gets dropped, but Queasy with the quick pump is gonna clean it up.
Okay, Yapko, I'm starting to see.
Damn. First place, Сети Ivcho Panzer. Второ и трето място.
No, we can't
You
take.
get the dash map.
Yeah, they took it. I have a one dash map, chat.
You follow me, we're gonna dash in.
I'm 5-1-2, I have a cape.
You have a dash map and cape?
Yeah, I have one dash
drop
rope.
me
And
the cape.
Okay, well, there's a team in front of us on the metal here, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm ramping up a bit and then we're dashing.
yeah.
Come. Dash rise. I'm going on the left, I have to go on the left.
Oh my
I
god.
need the cape.
I'm with you. I'm in.
I'm going to reason.
I'm going to reason.
Going triple straight, I'm fine though. You need to lead from
Putting
here.
a dash bro. That's fine. Drop me metal quick, drop me metal.
I'm 5-1-0,
Going in
5-1-0.
here.
5-2-0. No, 4-2-0, 4-2-0.
Careful, don't get dash on.
In my back.
They're dashing us.
Sure, they're in between like 10 teams, yeah.
Then we can't look for anything here. 150 above, is it enough?
And sure.
We have a 2x2. Careful the low gun team doesn't free us if they need surge.
I have one mini, one dash club. You?
You want me to
Come in,
dash
stick
bro?
and fighting!
Give me the dash bro.
I have nothing to rotate then. What do you have?
160 бъбър. Той е гран следа.
500 wood only.
What's your mass reason?
3-2-0, 3-2-0.
We're
What's
pretty
yours?
stacked. I'm 4-2-2. We're chilling. Come, we're dashing now. We're dashing. I'll see Luke. Come. Here. You see dashes. There's two capes. There's more Louis in the boxes next to us as well. Come.
Chill, no screen.
I'm putting a dash bomb and we're playing triple cape.
Okay, I got cap brick! 550.
We have triple cape. This is our game.
Yeah. What's your guys' heals?
3 bigs for me,
Come
pop a big
Look
each.
fun.
I got bigs.
Look fun.
Pop a big.
I got nothing to heal. I have nothing to heal. We can pre in the back. Look at the back.
Careful.
Spray him. We can spray him.
Right.
Spray him. Hey, quick.
We don't need that.
We're gonna
Fuck it.
cape. Sure.
I've cap brick.
Yeah, split me, chap, before we go.
5-2-0.
Come, dash once and cape.
Don't get boxed in there.
Go above the brick. Okay, I'm staying on the stair.
By the way.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
We're in here. We need to get
Somebody
we need to be
footsteps.
careful pre it's from below. Be careful
We need to
pre
use. Don't make.
Take Mars.
We don't need anything. 510.
We don't need to do anything, we'll cap everything.
Yeah. Don't look for anything stupid. You have a medpass?
I have two
Listen, I
medkits. Take a medkit, chap.
I need.
Drop him.
Pulls back.
Nice.
Drop me
Не
medpass.
бах си пулата.
We're gonna look front. I'm closing the back and we're looking front. Come.
Drop me some minis, chat. Let's go.
I have 12 minutes. 2 minutes and 1 day.
Look.
I can
Take.
chop the fight, by the way.
I drop minis.
Careful reason.
Take.
I'm scouting rotate.
I still have
5-1-0.
shield bubbles, by the way.
Yeah, I might pull up to follow next rotate. Come. I'm going above one layer.
Stand in your box.
Yeah.
I
Come.
got fucked out.
I thought. I have 500 wood. I dropped the big. Savage.
Yeah. We can maybe look for height, but we do it slow, okay? We need to chop them in the back first if we're gonna do it.
I know, I have the shockwave pistol.
Benji
Just wait,
should
we're
just
gonna
have
keep again.
prep for
Don't make it so
6
looking.
months.
Yeah, I don't.
They're fighting. I'll fight.
Bang us anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna keep
Спечели Fortnite World Cup.
Come out the back. Come. Dropping on this layer here.
I have 500 wood.
Okay. Careful in the back, we don't get pre.
We pull.
Yeah.
Bring
I'm
us back.
5-1-1.
Don't use the
5-1-1.
shockwave pistol.
Yeah, I'm not.
Just stagger here,
Okay,
just
okay.
stagger.
50. On us.
Look here, chat, please. Look here.
Okay. Let's see. Straight.
I'm getting sprayed
From
by-
where?
Chill.
Double big.
Yeah.
We're gonna cape.
Can't pop
I have 100 wood.
Yeah,
100 wood.
we're gonna cape. Come. I'm going here.
Арсенал, кой се поставя, брат? През гол надолу се
I
поставя.
can. I still have
I'm gonna
shield
top
bubbles.
us in, look for kills.
Yeah, we need to look for
We need
kills.
to get front. No, I'm just scuffed here.
Look here. Back.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Chat.
On us.
Fight him. They're all scuffed on.
Go
250
front.
wood.
Where's the pulling?
Look here.
Don't make sense.
Team on
Make
there.
respect.
Yeah. Spray this.
Look zone. Don't switch. 300 wood.
Get ready for cape.
We pull.
Pull back.
Eat savage.
We're gonna look down. We're gonna open down. Come.
150 wood.
Opening down.
Don't make sense.
Spray.
Here, come.
Come.
Oh, fuck it. On us here.
Look to
Just
the
have
left.
awareness. Just actually have awareness.
On us. Come. Can maybe kill.
Stay front now. We need to kill him.
We can cape up.
Yeah, let's cape. Come. Going up, players.
150 wood.
Get to me.
I can maybe chock them.
Come.
Shockwave them.
Yeah.
Fight.
Look here.
Chill, bro. Chill.
50.
I'll shock them, I'll find them, pretty sure.
Okay.
Got in.
We need to go high, maybe. We need to go high.
Let's dash up on.
Start off. Quickly,
let's get in,
set.
we
No,
got
no,
it.
no.
I'm holding.
Nice.
I'm holding.
Go
I'm
ahead,
playing
go
shit button, then we go up. I'm playing
Yeah,
shit
we have
button, then
dashes
go
by the
up.
way. Let's dash on them. Let's dash on them.
100 wood,
Ready?
100 wood.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, go. Okay, please.
I need to cape.
In my box.
Oh my god.
I'm up.
Nice,
I'm up.
I'm sickness.
1 HP.
We have it. I'm topping.
Seven builds.
I'm topping.
We need to fight. We
Yeah,
have some sickness.
Just
I'm going down.
Just drop.
Going down.
7 builds.
Keeping up.
Going up.
Da.
Nice.
Nice.
Going finish.
Get a finish. Just drop for
Fight.
kills.
I got shockwave out.
You fine?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm all gone.
I have storm sickness.
150. Dead.
Give me cape.
I dropped everything. I don't have. Stomp.
Find him.
Chuck.
Alright, good game.
Bro.
Let's
go.
Good shit, baby.
Now, but he has no heals, and Haris is gonna
Дай
end
се му имате,
up winning the heal off.
First place, Сети Ябко Панзър. Четвърти, втори, трети, брат. 270 точки, четвърти 12 кила. Мистер Сайчо толкова добра игра и пак съм назаре обаче.
Or top end.
The second place finish in the last match really boosted them up in terms of placement, but they're still in 12th going in, so Chap, Savage, and Reason, they need another big game, but they're in the position to get it, now staying ahead of zone, doing a good amount of damage, but a potential mountain zone once again. Gotta be ready for the change of elevation if it comes to it. Seti, Ivcho, Panzer, looking comfortable.
Сети Ябко и Панзър направо нямат равен, брат. Те от ден едно ще почерят FNCS. Щом ден 2 няма 1,5 на точките, имажин. Мистер Savage обаче. Умряха. А не Мистер Savage жив ли? Не, Мистер Savage умря.
After recognizing the way that Savage's team went down, they don't want to become the next victims. They're just trying to sit tight for a moment. But the score for high ground, Frenet, Giddes, and Dines, they want a piece of it.
A mythical pull for Dines and his trio, as it's going to go around the edge of the mountain here, so hopefully they're going to be able to take it on contested, conserving
Това е
a
в момента.
decent amount of mats, but for the players down below, they got to be careful if it ends up pulling over on the next zone. Marius, Pixivania know this, doing a good job staying ahead here and playing it as safe as possible, but I don't see too much mobility. Just a few dashes are all that's left.
They do have Memphis grenades, though. They could always opt
Я бах феза,
Vanya
брат.
first, he's got to escape the box that he's in entirely. Vanya now left in a little bit of panic here to just try and create some space, and Marius pays the ultimate price. He's made it to front side, but he's gonna have to use that Memphis grenade. Pixie left behind in all of this chaos, and with how split Pixie and Vanya currently are at, it'll be really difficult for those two. They're essentially gonna have to play it as solos from this point on, because Panzer, Seti, Yapko, they just keep tearing through some of these lower layers. All the while, Height spraying down to some of these teams. Mix and Uppo Focus just continuing to be berated by the rest of the lobby. Storm Surge Ticks coming into play here too. Pixie finally getting a chance to try and dash forward.
Sets below.
He can catch up with Vanya, but he's still looking to play his own life. He has just a little bit left over in the Chug Jug, and finally
Топ 13. Още никой не е умрял, откакто Savage имам умре.
these two are battered. It's going to be an
Yep,
uphill
umre.
battle. This is a big shift though in the conversation here, because Seti, Panzer, they're the only two left standing, and they don't have any material, Takata.
All it takes is one big refresh though, and if anyone can do it, it's gonna be Panzer and Seti. They've already picked up one, but playing backside of the zone, running into a full trio. Seti's gonna go down. Panzer now left as a solo. He does not want to take that path. He saw the trio, said, no, I'm going right back to where I came from. Medmis on the ground. Pixie doing a great job of staying up. He's lost Vanya. He's lost Marius, but alongside Marius in the last match,
Панзър! Топ 11. Pixie, той почва яко.
Zero mats onto Pixie, 24 HP, all odds are against him in this
Вино.
And when you look at the
И те
comparison
напред.
for the riches, Veno collects him.
Тайсънката, където виннаха предната я.
Flixie, Veno, Vico, looking rather healthy in
8 кила.
comparison to where the rest of the lobby sort of stands up, but Tayson, Chicho, Hvis, they also want to clear out as much space as possible underneath, and just like that, the lobby is turned against them. Veno and Vico now as a duo looking to see if they can break their way through some of these pre-existing builds, but Vico, he is absolutely out. It's going to come down to whether or not they can tackle this fight up against Atris and Tayson, but instead, forced to fold back, misform early on. Tayson has so much
Сесенката early heal.
to
Може би ще почне second place.
Can they get the back-to-back heal-off win? Vico, not too much of the luxuries. He's forced to get in the zone. Veno in a similar situation is going to go down.
Всъщност не, той е тайска на зоната.
Being connected. Shrexer now. Hold that thought. 3 chug-jugs. Full trio up. All on low ground as now all
Дава
they gotta
всички
do is
хилове,
finish up.
защото той
These
беше
last
в зоната
players
вече.
close to them, but Frenek and his trio have been able to hold on to height this whole match.
But look at Shrexer, just a solo, randomly thrown into the fold, just dashing all around with this medallion, but he's not going to be able to withstand the pressure. Height ultimately wins out.
Оу, къв пъмп, брат.
Be able to tackle it though. Tayson also traded out. Atris, Chicho, they're trying to solidify this. They're trying to see if they can take this one home. Frenek going to be
Крис още ще е в зоната.
Atris will get the siphon, but
И
he is all alone.
Гирес
at the
обаче
top.
не пуска.
Няма
да е.
Well.
Гириас май го печели това. А, не. Ами... Чуко, ако не е по... А, не. Гириас го вини. Гириас няма как да губи това. Освен ако не е поел много Storm Sickness, ама не.
That's the big question. Tayson had the triple chug jug, but Chicho was able to pick it up after he got eliminated. Gyros, luckily enough, unless it was his teammates that threw it, found those extra 2 medkits.
Яба.
Chicho now has
Оле!
trying to find Gyros, but he's gonna close it out with a
Вайнак Пикси Марио Скал четвърти. Сивинейта на Аксфорс четвърти. Трети. Вико Вино Фликси пети. Чино Павло Винго Фридокс шести.
Hottie, Cammy, iDrop, also potentially caught out with very little material to work with. There's just so much open space for teams to roam. If you don't have mobility at this current stage, Takata, and if you don't have the surge damage, you are just going to get lobbied, and that is all that Hardy, Cammy, and iDrop are doing right now. Jewel and Ghost, current victims of the pressure being applied right now. Hyper also being cleaned up, and what's crazier still, these eliminations not even going to Cammy's team, by the way. Keto being largely the one credited, and that's another issue too. You never know when your knock is just going to be picked up by somebody else entirely.
It's part of the game though, as Merstash, Swizzy, Queasy continue on through. Mist form getting used, good amount of damage, good amount of loot, heals, mats, everything they possibly need. They just cannot get caught off guard here, cannot get lobby focused, but with one of the best IGLs in the world leading them, hopefully they should be able to find a clean way in. Pradodge gonna be the team and the top of the mountain as Queasy, Merstash, and Swizzy use another misform to get closer.
And they're so blocked though. The pre-existing bill is just doing them a solid here, keeping them out of the line of sight from Pradodge and Country. I did see Fincheck though, a little bit closer to where Queasy was at, so that could get dangerous at a moment's notice, but Pradodge just continuing to try and extend their presence on this hill face. All members of this trio currently looking different directions for more damage.
Country is doing a great job here, not going to where the zone's pulling yet, but instead trying to block off all the trios that could potentially rotate through that top side to give them a free rotate here onto zone. As now Seti's second height kind of looking around, seeing other potential options, but with the pressure getting applied by Pradodge and Co, they might be running low as Fincheck getting ahead quickly, and it looks like they might just be able to hold on. The issue is they're going to need a refresh and they need more damage.
And the other problem too is that they're not even fully entirely on the front side just yet. They still have to deal with Queasy Merstash directly underneath. Cammy, Hottie, also under heavy fire, but the secondary height layer, that's what Sweezy, Merstash, and Queasy were really after. It might be a little bit cut off here though. Yapko, Panzer, Seti also holding on to the secondary height position, but they've prevented Queasy from being able to continue tunneling forward. Queasy knows this is a bit of a risky play here. They might even opt to just go for a full-on layer switch. They could just even try for the ultimate high tackle, but that zone pull back for a moment here, and Queasy gonna send it forward off the misform. Country, Fincheck, Pradodge, they invested so much for height, and they've managed to maintain it for the time being. Panzer has been a victim, though, of this secondary height madness, but it's really Fredoxy, Pablo, and Chino who are out here to shine.
Panzer is getting knocked down as well. I saw some wood builds up above. They're going to be putting themselves into pressure shortly if they aren't able to find a refresh. Seti playing as a duo with Ivcho after losing Panzer. Now they're forced to move forwards as a duo. They're able to get ahead of zone, but with wood builds, the triple spray might lead to their demise as Merstash, Queasy, and Swizzy have not looked for height yet. They're running low on mats. They're going to get aggressive. Pre-edits come through. Shots connect. The Kira gets knocked down. That's a quick refresh for our dominant trio.
That was everything just for that moment's notice, but they still have to deal with Pradaj, Kantry, and Finchek up above. Not only that, but Marius, Pixie, Vanya. This could be a devastating blow to any team that happens to run the wrong direction, get caught out by these guys. Pink has been smothered in the low ground. Seti and Ivcho are still somehow making this work, but Seti will unfortunately meet his demise. Queasy just waiting at that front side low. Marius, Vanya, they've taken out Bevies. That little bit of siphon could be the difference here. But Vanya, he still has a few charges left in this misform. He's going to try to get ahead, try to steal some of this other team's med-miss grenade, and then crank upwards. It's all about overcoming the real challenge of height, just getting to height in the first place. Queasy building for his life, cranking for his life. But has he done enough to separate? The hero rank up could buy him a little bit of time, but his HP was just too low. He finally gets cleaned up. The dodge forced to dash back. Med-miss grenade, but he has 0 builds. They invested too much for height, and they couldn't hold it.
Chino for Doxy looking like they want to take it here. Pushing for a buff as players are falling like flies. Elimination after elimination for Doxy. Chino and Pablo looking like they have the potential to close this match out. Pradaj goes down. Walls being taken. Chino with a double edit connect onto Marius. And with that, they just took home not only a victory royale, but the one with the most eliminations that we've seen yet.
21 кила win. Че направо?
Might be a little bit too much to handle, and they're not going to give him the chance even. Hardy now forced to try and play out some of these med kits, just praying for placements and any kind of bailout. Awkward wraparound for him too.
Yeah, it's a tough position to be in. And a similar tough position as Merstash and Queasy are now in after they lost Swizzy, forced to recuperate a bit of the dashes, but with just 29 HP, one shot could be enough to take Merstash out. He's gonna have a bit of time to pop the Chug Jug now, but seems that he's split up from Queasy. 5 builds is all that he has left. Med-miss gonna be popped, no more shields, everything going downhill for this trio despite them pulling zone to their drop spot. The double-edged sword has not ended in their favor.
Malibuka choosing to not contest Queasy early on is definitely showing in the surge numbers. It's hard to, reroute your initial starting plan when 5 games in a row you were dealing with that all-spawn contest initially. But Vano, Flixie, they're just targeting completely, cutting through the center of zone even. And everyone else too preoccupied with just trying to stay standing on their own 2 feet. So many of these teams are just being split into solos and duos, and just like that, end of the road here for Merstash and Queasy as they get picked apart, approaching from the backside of zone.
Up above it is going to be Trexer, but for our of what I would say this match and potentially the whole lobby, if they get a good enough placement, it's Chino, Pablo, and Fredoxy doing what they can as a duo to close this match out. Incredible pickups coming through. That's a risky refresh to go for. They understand the danger, and they're going to leave it.
They've got to make that early play onto Lone Wolf, and eliminating Seti's trio worth it. Even as a duo, they can still capitalize from that mid-ground position, but it will be tough. The road ahead has got Htrist, Chicho, and Tayson also maneuvering through it all the while. Cheat and Mappy, Trexer still holding on to high ground, but Pablo, Chino, directly underneath. A couple more charges left in this misform. Pablo just looking for an opening. Chino right next to him. Got to make sure, even as a 2-man party here, they still have to hold their back tarp, but they're also going for the pre-ed, and they find it onto Split. But they can't make it to the body just yet. They have to wait. Pablo's going to be the first one to jump through. He's got a little bit of siphon here, the misform too. And Chino and Pablo, they're trying to make sure that they do everything in their firepower to leapfrog that first place position on the leaderboard. We gotta hone in a little bit closer to what's been happening on the ground here with Ivcho, Tayson, and Atreus because they are clearing out space.
They gotta be careful though because Vico Flixie had an incredible rotate with the misform to take the front side of low, so they have full control now of it. As Chino is left alone, Pablo's been knocked down. 46 builds are left. It's more than enough to clutch up a good bit of placement, but you gotta be careful if you go second high. The pressure will
Chino
be on
няма
you. Full
лоша
trio
игра, брат.
Chino forced to make tough decisions as now Tayson, Chicho, Haris are doing what they can
И
to
Тайсън и
take
те.
that front side of low ground, and it looks like they might have just done it.
Something about the second half of today's games that's just completely
Последните 3 игри всеки попопва.
for Tayson, Atreus, and Ivcho. They've also found a knock onto Semgil, splitting that trio apart, but it comes at a cost. Tayson has been eliminated. It's now down exclusively to Atreus and Ivcho to keep replicating some of their consistency and success throughout the course of today's matches. But Chino, as a solo, still rolling through this lobby. He needs another refresh though, some more mobility of that misform. Big tag, but it's not going to connect enough to translate towards a knock. He needs the siphon refresh, but he gets cleaned up. He can't push any further.
Good news for Chicho. He's got a jug, he's got bigs, he's got more than enough heals, but even better news for Sheet and Trexer and Mappy. They're up above, more healthy than ever. Not a single contest station coming through, but the issue is running quite low on mats. Seems to be a full trio right under them. Demon Storm picks. Are they going to want that high ground position? Sheet getting closer and closer, applying that pressure. Does not want to give picks Demus and Darm any bit of air as they continue to take those shots and get ahead, but no eliminations coming through as I might have spoken through soon. Demus gets knocked down. Cheatin gets right into the action as all he needs to do is hit a few more shots.
Cheatin just gonna get up close and personal now, but
Mana.
Mappy, he's gotta follow through, chasing out, trailing Giddis, knows that misform's gonna exit eventually, and he's not gonna let this happen. But Giddis, it comes at a steep price there for Mappy. He will trade his life to give Cheatin and Trexer the best odds possible. Cheatin trying to see if he can track down Darm. Darm healing for his life currently, and Cheatin, he wasn't able to actually take those two medkits towards Trexer, but Trexer was able to get to the body anyway. And Darm has to chase overhead.
He got the medkits!
Darm's actually going to be able to steal those ones away, and now Trexer, will he be able to withstand the heal off? It's exclusively down to who might get storm sickness first here.
То как ще му даде
That'll
медкит
be the
сега,
real
той има
difference
сикнес.
maker. Darm starting to try and evade the damage, but it's too much to handle.
Ден една от FNCS-а как се редат нещата, гайс. 394 точки за Паучино и Фредокси. Топ 2 Сити, Ябко, Панзър, 3 Хрис, Тайсън, Чушо, Ваняк, Пикси, Марас, Каос, Изи, Куизи, Марстат, Шитин, Тререкс, Мапи, които тук що уиннаха. Имат 2 игри, където са взели 12 точки общо от тях. Вико, Минов, Фликси не са толкова назаре. Дайнос, Гириас, Франек, Сизиби, Нейтан, Аксфорс, Трулекс, Тиниск и топ 10. Пинк са 7... не, мистер Сач са 17. Пинк са 18. Парил с този един ендгейм, между другото, направи колкото мистер Савич и Пинк, да ви кажа. Топ 20 Малибука, обаче не го очаквам да са детласт. Хора, това беше самото отключение. Не забравяйте Ivcho в Item Shop, абонирайте се за канал с камбанка и днес ви очаквам в един за турнира ми. Чао, чао!